Welcome back to Movies TV Mad, and this is Movies TV Mad Live. We are live. Just waiting for you all to come in. It's been a very, very exciting developing day as they're shooting for the Flash movie in London, and there's been some interesting developments today. Very, very excited about them. If people didn't realize how huge, how massive the Flash movie was to the future of the DC live action universe, today you know, and no agenda can hide it anymore. This movie is massive, and there isn't anyone who's going to ignore this movie, no matter what they say. Massive, absolutely massive. What a day. In a moment, I'm going to be looking at some of the set pics, and there's definitely one that's very, very interesting. But it's exciting. It's very exciting. John Hymick. Hi, John. Have you been keeping up to date with these Flash movie set pics? Because this is huge. Just waiting for a few more people to come in so I can discuss it. And as I just said before you came in, if we didn't realize how massive this Flash movie is, now we do. We know how big it is. The attention is there. People say people only talk about Snyder and his universe. No, they don't. They also talk about the future of the DCEU and this Flash movie, which is huge. The attention of the world is on this Flash movie. And one thing's for sure, Andy Muschietti is keeping everyone guessing. There is nothing he can do about someone with a long lens at the end of the day. They're outside. I don't want to hear bullshit about DC not being able to keep any secrets. They're secrets. You don't know what's going on in this film. Everyone's guessing. Everyone's trying to put the puzzle pieces together, and it's hugely exciting. We may not have many people in at the moment because Portugal are playing Germany, and it's a fantastic game. And last time I looked, it was 4-2. But wow, just wow, I'm buzzing for these Flash movie on-set pics. Well, on location pics, should I say. Wow. Wow, wow. Listen, my head's all over the place. You know, there's so many things going on. What Supergirl is this? Is she from the present? Is she from the future? Is she Superman and Lois's daughter? I think she's definitely from the future. I think Barry Allen goes to the future, meets her. Maybe she comes back with him. What an emotional ending to The Flash if she meets her parents. Wow. As an adult, that's going to be beautiful. I'm saying Amy Adams is definitely in this movie. But wow, let's start talking about these on-set pics. There's a video of it, what looks like Sasha Calais on the strings about to fly, and we see her fly. I kind of was wondering if we'd see something of her flying today. It's very faint, it's from a distance. But I'm not going to show you any of these, by the way, just in case YouTube doesn't like it. But the biggest one, I think, is this. Do you remember when some of you idiots were believing that Gal Gadot was going to be recast because they're casting another Wonder Woman? Obviously, this is the multiverse, right? So there's a bus with a picture of Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman. And the bus says, and this is all I can make out, Central City Children's Fund. And there's a big picture of Wonder Woman. So is this some alternate Earth where Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot's playing Wonder Woman in a movie? Or is this in the present day where Wonder Woman now is out and proud and everyone knows who she is? This is the kind of world building the previous universe just didn't do. Well done, Andy Muschietti. You are doing, from the looks of things, you are doing one hell of a job. I support you, your cast, Sasha Calais, your sister, Barbara. What you are doing is changing the narrative. And it's so important to bring in excitement, to bring in a broader audience. So this universe, these DC characters who I stand in comics, animation, films, get the stage they deserve to be on. Andy Muschietti is doing one hell of a job, and he's got us guessing. So if you just come into the chat, There's loads of Flash movie on-set pics, or should I say on-location pics. One is of a bus, and with a Wonder Woman Gal Gadot poster, and it says Central City Children's Fund. Wow, 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 wow. It's kind of weird. Every time I get a new viewer, I repeat myself, but then that new viewer goes away, so I shouldn't have wasted my time, right? Just the floater. It looks like our regulars are not coming in tonight, which is a shame. So who's in? Who's here? John, we now know what Sasha's full costume will look like. Yeah, pretty much. It's still from a distance, but interesting, our friend who always does the art, and I forgot his name, and it looks like I didn't keep it. Where are we? Twitter. Let's have a look. Yeah, this is an interesting one. This is art. This is not official, but this is a great look. He may even know what her full suit looks like. And the top bit is very accurate to what we saw yesterday. Now that is some awesome art. Boss Logic did this, and it's sensational. So I don't know what Supergirl she is. Kara, Lara Lane Kent, which is, I think, the best kind of prediction that she's from the future. Makes sense. This is a time travel movie. I don't know why Barry will be traveling to the future. That's interesting. Could be a mistake. Maybe he runs too fast. I do not know how this is going to work. But wow, this is obviously one huge fucker of a movie. And Andy Machete, who I wasn't sure about at first, seeing his CV's pretty small, if he could handle this. Andy Machete can absolutely handle this picture. The teases, the way he revealed Sasha Calle as Supergirl on Instagram was beautiful. It is really becoming a very, very exciting production. And for me as a DC fan, I'm so proud that I've got a platform where I can talk about this stuff. I know we don't have many people interested in this channel, but it's fun to talk about. This channel has a long road ahead of it before we get noticed. I'm pushing it out there. We're on Instagram, at Movies TV Mad 555, TikTok, again, at Movies TV Mad 555, and I've always been on Twitter. That is at Movies TV Mad, where I keep you updated all day when I'm not on here. So we are pushing, we are trying, and we'll see where it takes this channel. I'd be absolutely proud if we could make this channel a success. But without you guys who come in, you few people who come in and support it, I wouldn't even be here now. John, we do know that she's going to have short, dark hair yet. That's definite. And I kind of thought that from the beginning. I have no issue with that. She's got beautiful hair. She looks great. She's not Kara Zor-El. That's a fact. And I think she is a future Supergirl. I think she is Henry and Amy's, Lois and Clark's daughter. And as I say, what a revelation if Superman and Lois actually meet their future daughter. This is going to become very, very interesting now. Maybe Lois and Clark are dead in the future and she's on the streets or something, but she gets to meet them and she has a mission now. She has a mission after she meets her parents in the past. She's got a mission to try and stop her parents from dying, maybe in a Supergirl movie. That would be an interesting plot, don't you think? Smash the like on the video if you agree with me about that. But as I say, when these things are coming out, I've been excited from the moment I heard Multiverse Strategy. And then Andy was confirming it all, that they were rebooting the universe. And I think that's a good idea. I really do. And John, they were filming in London. That's right. They're filming in London. Frog in my throat, excuse me. But I think the whole production's in London. I don't know if they're going anywhere else, but it looks like they're based in Scotland, Manchester, London. It looks like the UK is where they're doing it, which is very interesting, seeing that Shazam and Black Adam are being shot over in the good old US of A. That's interesting. So they're going all over. 4 movies we've got 5 movies to look forward to. What is there? 3 movies in development, in production. Look, it is so exciting. It really is. I don't think we've had this excitement for a very long time. We've been starved of content. We were disappointed by Wonder Woman 84 and Birds of Prey. That's a shame. But I think the future is so much brighter now, for sure. So we are in a very interesting plane of existence because no one knows what's coming. That's for sure. We can guess, we can guesstimate, we can try and predict like I've been doing all day. But I love it. I love the fact that Andy Machetti's got us guessing and we really don't know what's going to happen here and what the future holds. I do think that Sasha Calle's Supergirl is from the future. And as I say, potentially her parents could be dead in the future and she could be some kind of homeless street girl in London. John, and the Batman was shot in the UK, that's right. So the UK has always been a popular place for DC movies. The Superman movies were also shot in the UK. Superman 4, in fact, was shot in Milton Keynes, which was the substitute for Metropolis. So DC have always been there and done things out there. Justice League was shot as well in London. I don't know if it was shot totally in London, but certainly the courthouse hostage siege was shot there for sure. And it's very exciting. Very. Wonder Woman, a picture of Wonder Woman on a bus, Central City, Children's Fund, with Wonder Woman on the poster. What does that mean? What is she Wonder Woman? Is she Gal Gadot playing Wonder Woman on another universe? I don't know. I really don't know. But wow, wow, wow. It really is exciting. Wow, we're getting a lot of floaters tonight, aren't we? We really are. It's like people flicking the channel, coming in and going away again. Wow. So I keep on having to repeat myself because I think this is our regulars coming in, but it's not. But maybe I'll wait till people actually comment before I repeat myself again, or I'm just going to use up all my energy within 20 minutes. So what do you think about this? Are you excited about all these on-set pictures? Are you now starting to feel some excitement if you wasn't before? I certainly am. We've got a third viewer again. Is it a floater? Is it a regular? I guess we'll find out if that person goes away. But it's been a huge day for the Flash movie, that's for sure. And who knows what teasers we could get by the end of the day. So hold on, everyone. The Flash movie is the one to focus on. This is the one that's changing everything up and rebooting the universe. And it's just simply amazing. Wow. And we got some other set pics as well. We saw a flashy car that could belong to Bruce Wayne. We look like something looking like a courthouse. It could be the trial of Henry Allen. I'm not sure about that. So we'll have to wait and see. But as I say, everyone has a theory. I'm just exhausted. I'm just exhausted from the excitement about all these on-set pictures. How exciting. Once they shoot outside, there's nothing they can do. They can't avoid a long lens. John, which Bruce Wayne? Oh, Ben Affleck. Maybe Ben Affleck, maybe. That's the assumption that I made. Right now, we don't even have a full cast list. We may never have a full cast list for this film because of secrecy and security until we see the film. Because they're not going to give away everyone that's in this movie. Make no mistake about that. Not even at Fandom. There's some people assuming that everything's going to be spilled at Fandom. It will not. There are some secrets that are going to be kept a secret. But I couldn't be more excited with the way things are going. I think it's great. I think it's awesome. The hype level for this Flash movie is on another level that I haven't seen in a very, very long time. I mean, obviously, Justice League was very exciting because it was a Justice League movie, and then it became a calamity. It's certainly a quiet stream. You know what happens, right? About 10 minutes before I'm going to sign off, everyone starts coming in and wanting to chat. Unfortunately, the time difference doesn't help. I accept that. But I am in Europe. I can't be doing videos like at 3 in the morning. It just wouldn't work. John, they will show the cast we know about at DC Fandom. Yeah, the cast we know about, yeah, which is small. They're not going to reveal everyone, are they? Because that would be silly, wouldn't it? So obviously the star of the film is the most important, Barry Allen, aka Ezra Miller. But that Wonder Woman poster is awesome, really awesome. I don't want to show it, I don't want to get in trouble, but it really is a cool poster. Central City Children's Fund. Now she's wearing a costume in the poster. I can't tell if this is a new costume now. So it's very exciting. We have 3 people in. We have 2 likes. Sorry there, I got a bit distracted. I was checking who liked my Instagram. I totally forgot. I totally forgot that I was on a stream. It is a very, very quiet stream. It really, really is. Sometimes it's so unpredictable. This is the problem with being a small platform, I'm afraid. And sometimes it's as dead as Elvis, and it's a bit difficult if no one's commenting, if no one's kind of sparking things. It's difficult for someone to keep the conversation going. But I will try my best. So the headlines today are that they've been shooting outside for the Flash movie. There have been several pictures from on location in London. Something that looks like a courthouse, a car that could be Bruce Wayne's, and a bus with a Wonder Woman poster on it, which is the most exciting development. John, I wonder how much more they have got to film. I think they started in April. These movies normally take about 3 to 3.5 months to shoot, and then they go back and do post. So about July, I think mid-July, end of July, I think this movie will wrap up. Because I think they told us, I think Barbara Machete said they've already done half the movie. But that doesn't mean it's completed, because there's other things that have to happen. They're going to have a lot of work on post. This is going to be a heavy CGI movie, that's for sure. But the revelations about Supergirl yesterday, just from the costume, just shows you. People have theories. It's very exciting. You know, her being from the future, I think that's the best one I've heard. And I think it makes sense. Her being Cal's and Lois's daughter absolutely makes sense to me. And it looks like The Flash is going to be the DC film everyone's talking about before they see it, and certainly after they see it. Is this going to be a perfect storm? The production is going very well. John, can't wait to see all the merchandise. Oh, yeah, that's going to be exciting for sure. Always the posters, the merch, the trailers, the talk. This is a massive film. It's the first Flash movie. It's historic. And the direction they're going in is, well, it's groundbreaking. It's unprecedented in superhero movies. So, and I know they're doing something similar with Spider-Man No Way Home, and I know there's a lot of anticipation there, but this is going to reset a universe, a franchise. So this is huger. There's pressure on this film, make no mistake. There's not any pressure on Spider-Man No Way Home because they have nothing to prove. So if Andy Muschietti pulls this off, he will have the freedom of Warner Brothers. If he doesn't, you probably won't see the poor bloke again. So hopefully it goes really well and it's a great movie. And I'm so hyped and pumped for it. It really is a night of floaters, isn't it? Wow. Amazing. I think we will see, by the way, the trial of Henry Allen in a flashback. I think that might happen. They're going to have to, this will have to be some kind, I know we kind of seen him already. We will probably see some flashbacks to the origin, which is exciting as well. And I think we're going to find out in the DCEU how Nora Allen dies. Is she murdered by Reverse Flash in front of a young Barry, like in the Flash TV series? Or is something different in this? Now, people are waiting to hear confirmation if Reverse Flash is in this movie. I think he is. A lot of people say he's not. I think he is for sure. I think Reverse Flash is very important. And I would want, I'd be a bit unhappy if Reverse Flash isn't in a Flash movie. So I expect him to be in it. So that'd be interesting. It would be kind of interesting if they made this. Ronnie Dodge, hey mate, then the set pics is amazing, especially with the decent, with the descent with Supergirl. The flying one's awesome, but the one that's caught my attention, Ronnie, is Wonder Woman on a poster on a bus. Is that Wonder Woman? Is that Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman on another universe where she's just an actress? Very, very exciting. I've been talking all day. My mind's been buzzing about who this Supergirl is. Is she Lara Lane Kent? It looks like it. Is she from the future? It looks like it. Does Barry go to the future and meet her? It looks like it. Does he bring her back in the end to meet Lois and Clark? It looks like it. And what an emotional finale that would be. Maybe Lois and Clark are dead in the future, as I've already said. Maybe she goes back to the past and she has an opportunity to stop their oncoming death. That would be a great arc for Sasha Calle's Supergirl. And I'm saying that's what's going to happen. So I am totally focused on this movie now. I was always focused on this movie, but now with all this stuff coming out and Supergirl potentially being Lois and Clark's daughter, that excites me more than ever before. Ronnie Dodger, I like Bruce's new Mercedes. That's got to be Bruce's. And the building, Ronnie, what do you make of the building? Is that a courthouse? Is that the trial of Henry Allen? We're going to get flashbacks in this movie to Barry's origins. It looks like it. Very interesting. Wow, what he drunk this water. The water in Majorca don't taste like it oughta. Ronnie Dodge, definitely Henry's court case. It looks like it, doesn't it? So we're going to see that. Interesting, is it the original court case or is it the one that frees him? We don't know. Will his story be settled by the end of this movie? Interesting. There's so many variables with this film. John, have you seen the It movies? No, I haven't, because I'm not really into those films. But obviously now that that director is directing the characters that I stand, I am going to go and watch that movie. But apparently he's a very, very competent director. He would not have been given this gift, this responsibility. This gig's huge. And, that's why I was a bit surprised he got it in the first place. Let's see if he's capable of pulling it off. Thus far, I'm very happy with Andy Muschietti and the way he's conducting himself, and his sister Barbara. I think they make a great team. I think they're pulling off something very special. The hype that they're doing, where they are on Instagram as well, better than Twitter, of course, to hype people up. So I'm very, 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 very pleased with them. And the way the buzz for this film, we're over a year away for the release. So this is a huge movie to change everything, to make this a franchise for a broader audience. Can it work? Imagine tonight if we see a picture, a selfie with Melissa Benoist and Sasha Calle. Now that would make me very excited. Suzuki Jigsaw, which set pics? Right, I'm not going to show you the pics in case YouTube don't like them. There's been on-set pics all day. There's one of something that looks like a courthouse and a flashy motor that looks like Bruce Wayne's. It looks like we are going to see the trial of Henry Allen. There is a picture of a bus with Wonder Woman, with a Wonder Woman poster on it. Is it Wonder Woman? Is it Gal Gadot playing Wonder Woman in a film? Who knows? And if you look closely, there's also Sasha Calle's Supergirl on strings, and we actually see her fly, but you have to be eagle-eyed. And that's what's been going on today in London, Suzuki Gixar, in the filming outside in London of the Flash movie, and it's very exciting. We're also discussing, what Supergirl is this? Is she Lois and Clark's daughter? Is she from the future? Are Lois and Clark dead in the future? Does she come back to the past to stop her parents from dying? And that could be her Supergirl arc. I think so. And that, Suzuki Gixar, means you are up to date. And I'm not repeating that. It's a very quiet stream tonight. I apologise about that. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm not cool enough. What can I do? Then there was one. Then there was two. Another floater, probably. But listen, it's exciting. If you're a DC fan, this is really, really exciting. That's all I can say. If you're not excited about this, you will never, ever be excited. This is Movies TV Mad. This is Movies TV Mad live. We are streaming live every single night, every morning for the Movies TV Mad daily live, updating you with all your entertainment gossip. No, not pictures of J-Lo and Ben Affleck. I'm not interested in that shit. You have to go to E! Entertainment for that, I'm afraid. Sorry. Everyone's gone mute tonight. Will we get any chatty people tonight? I'm here to answer your questions, talk about anything you want in entertainment. It doesn't have to be about DC. I'm just checking up on Twitter to see if there's any more updates. Very exciting. Not much going on out there. We have Suzuki Gixar. Did you saw the JW Dominion leaked trailer? I didn't, Suzuki, no. But why don't you stay on the stream and tell me all about it? Right, if you're a football fan, you may be interested to know official signed and confirmed Memphis Depay joins Barcelona as a free agent. Right, we have 5 people in the chat. It's time for me to focus. What's going on, everyone? Are you excited? What are you hyped about? What are your favourite TV shows? What are your favourite movies? Talk to me. Talk. Ask me questions. Let's keep this alive for people watching. Let's make it interesting. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a debate. Start commenting. I may sound loud and aggressive, but I won't bite. I can't bite you from the internet. So, talk to me, please. You know, I gave up sex till later on to do this stream, and no one's talking to me. Come on. No good. The floaters are amazing, aren't they? They really are. They just come in, they go away. They come in, they go away. Talk to me. Come on. Today's headlines, I've already said them to you twice. Lots of on-set or on-location activity for the Flash movie. John, what do you think of the Daredevil movie in the Netflix series? I didn't mind the movie. I didn't think it was terrible like some people did. I was surprised it failed. Ben Affleck did a good job. He convinced me as a blind man. I think it's a good movie. I like the fight choreography. I think Jennifer Garner, obviously, who ended up marrying Ben, a wonderful lady, by the way. If it wasn't for Jenny, Ben wouldn't have got through his drinking problems and everything. But she was great as well. I really liked the film. Listen, the season 1 of the Netflix show, the Daredevil Netflix show, is one of the best things I've ever seen. Daredevil season 1 was great. Season 2, I think I gave up by the final season. But the first season, the guy who ran it wrote on Smallville as well. So that's no surprise how good it was. Vincent D'Onofrio as, what's his name, Kingpin, was amazing. The way they built all that up. Season 1 of Daredevil is probably the best live-action Marvel thing I've ever seen. Better than anything else they've put out there. But the show lacked consistency in terms of the rest of the seasons. Obviously, the other Netflix Marvel stuff wasn't as good. I didn't enjoy it as much as the first season. And they weren't consistent because they lost the showrunner from the first one, from the first season. He did the best job. He went away. I don't know why they let him go away. And then it faltered. But Daredevil season 1 was compelling, and I've got a short attention span. If you bore me, I won't watch the rest of your episodes. But this kept me going. I binged it. They were exciting times. As soon as that hit Netflix, Netflix used to go down. Netflix used to black out. Amazing, amazing series, Suzuki. Oh, no, it was John who asked me. Yeah, John. Suzuki Gigsaw, it was dope. Watch it. Suzuki Gigsaw, Avatar 2's official title reveal when? Oh, not for a while yet, Suzuki, not for a while. John, I like Daredevil's black suit in season 1. Oh, yeah. Jeff Hill, hi. Good evening, Jeff, from Cyprus. How are you doing? Lots going on today. Lots of on-location set pictures and activity from the set of the Flash movie. Jeff Hill, why did you change your name from Big Mouth? Oh, I'll tell you. Big Mouth displays and explains who I am and my personality, but Big Mouth doesn't explain to the normie what I talk about. I talk about movies and television, so I changed my name to Movies TV Mad, right? So I did that so people actually know what I talk about, and that's why I changed my name. I've always been Movies TV Mad over on Twitter, so I just stretched the name over here, and my new Instagram and my TikTok are all Movies TV Mad. TikTok and Instagram, Movies TV Mad 555. Here we're at Movies TV Mad. So that's why I changed my name. It's marketing, basically. Suzuki Gigsaw, Apple to buy the Mouse House. That would be funny, wouldn't it? I don't know anything about that, Suzuki Gigsaw. You're listening to some major rumours out there. Some of you lot are a bit naive with rumours. You've got to be careful who you get these things from. But that would be funny. The Sam Dejan reviews. I like Michael Clark Duncan's Kingpin. So do I. I have a lot of time for Michael Clark Duncan, especially in the Green Mile. What a shame that he died so early on in his life, but he was great. What an actor he was. Great screen presence as well. As I say, his best performance, of course, was in the Green Mile, but he's a great Kingpin, for sure. But the best Kingpin is Vincent D'Onofrio in Daredevil Netflix season 1. That guy he's as intimidating as fuck. Sam Dejan reviews. He also played Kilowog in Green Lantern. That's right. He was a great Kilowog. I really enjoyed him in that. It made me feel like the Kilowog from the comics. I actually like the Green Lantern movie. I like the Daredevil movie. People are just so harsh sometimes. All right, the suit looks bad, but the film was pretty cool. I mean, even Tim Robbins is in that movie. We've got Amanda Waller. She's great. Angela Bassett as Amanda Waller. Scott Edwards, what's up? What's up, Scott? Jeff Hill, over under 50%. Charlie Cox will reprise his role as Daredevil in the MCU. He will. John, what did you think of the Punisher in Daredevil? Excellent, excellent actor. It was great. I loved him. I loved the series as well. Yeah, I loved him. I think he was great as well. Sam's own reviews. Have you seen the Ghost Rider movies with Nicolas Cage? Yeah. Lots of time for Nick Cage. Nick Cage is a legend. Very famous father. Changed his name so nobody knew he was related to his father, Francis Ford Coppola. And he became successful as soon as he changed his name. And those Ghost Rider movies are really cool. I saw them both in the movie theatre, and I really enjoyed them, Sam. I will watch anything Nick does, and I really hope he shows up in The Flash as his Superman from the Burton universe, because he was betrayed so badly. He really wanted to do that. Sam's own reviews. I wish he had a Punisher too with Thomas Jane. Yeah, I don't. Well, that's never going to happen, is it? I don't think that. Barack Obama versus Ronald Reagan. Didn't they say Aquaman 2 was a much bigger film than Part 1? So how are they going to finish it within less than 2 years? What? What? Right, listen, Baraka, it doesn't matter, right, how long your film is. These days, it takes them about 3 to 4 months to shoot. Then they go and do post, and that's it. So why would they need 2 years to make this movie? I don't understand. It's out next year, right? It starts in July. I get your point. They're filming in July, but don't forget, this film is not released till December. So think about it, Baraka. Think about it logically, right? So we're in June, July, August, September, October, November, December, 6 months. He's got 1.5 years. He's got 1.5 years. That's a very long time, Baraka. So really, I don't understand your issue there, to be honest, respectfully. So anyway, the stream is picking up now. With Barack Obama versus Ronald Reagan. I think James Cameron is going to whoop James Wan's ass in December 2022. Oh, well, let me educate you a bit, Baraka. Do you remember the last release for an Aquaman movie? Do you remember when they said that Mary Poppins was going to whip Aquaman's butt? Do you remember what happened? This is the era of capes, my friend. No one gives a shit about Avatar, not as much as they do superheroes. Aquaman will whoop Avatar, right? They've taken too long to do these movies. The interest is there. They'll be big. They'll do well. Maybe both movies will do as well as each other. But at the end of the day, whip Aquaman's ass. Nobody whips Momoa's ass. It's as simple as that. So I disagree with you there, Baraka. Jeff Hill, F Avatar, Aquaman 2, all the way. Agreed, Jeff. Agreed, of course. This is the era of capes. Nobody cares about anything but capes. Scott Edwards, the Suicide Squad is so close. I'm very excited. Can't wait to go and see it. And in Europe, we'll be able to see it slightly earlier than you Americans, so that's exciting. So I can finally see the full movie. I'm very, very excited. As usual, James Gunn knows how to hype this stuff up. Loved what he said about if anything goes wrong, it's his fault and not the studio's. In this kind of environment these days where directors bitch about the studio, I think that's very refreshing. I think Barack Obama versus Ronald Reagan is a bit of a hot taker, isn't it? He's another Hot Takes Tuesday. Maybe he is Hot Takes Tuesday in disguise. Maybe. Come on, Hot Takes Tuesdays. I know you're disguised and you're hiding there. I'm a very perceptive chap. Barack Obama versus Ronald Reagan, but we haven't even seen Avatar 2 trailer yet. And James Cameron is working since 2017. I know. He's obviously being very secretive. Listen, this is James Cameron. He's going to make one hell of a 2 and a 3. I liked the first movie. I've watched it once. But at the end of the day, I'm a capes man now. But if you make a good film and you interest me, I'll go and see it. Scott Edwards, will you see Black Widow in the cinema? I will see it on Disney Plus, my friend. The thing is, right, I'm very busy, Scott, and I will only go out for DC movies. The only Marvel movie I'm going to go and watch this year is going to be Spider-Man No Way Home, because I'm very interested, because my favourite Spider-Man looks like it's going to be in it. So, Tobey Maguire, if you're interested. So I'll go and see that. But Black Widow, I'm wasting my money. Someone will buy it for me on Disney+. Barack Obama versus Ronald Reagan. I watched Aquaman 5 times in theatres because it's awesome. It's awesome. A film that came after the disastrous Justice League was so good. Now, you said that James Wan's going to get his ass whipped. Nobody whips James Wan's ass. He's the master. He literally created Star Wars underwater. He's a sensational director. Jeff Hill, what do you think Snyder's relationship with James Wan is? I feel like there's some tension there. Jeff Hill, can you explain that? Can you explain why you think there's tension there? Because I haven't heard anything like that, so you need to explain that. I don't think there's any kind of relationship there. I think James Wan's a great director. I think he's done a great job with Aquaman, and it's as simple as that. Zack Snyder set this whole thing up. He cast brilliantly. He did 3 wonderful movies, but people are going to have to move on from him because it's over. And if it's not over, I'll be very happy because we get to see his other movies. But he's never running the DCEU again. Let's be absolutely clear about that. Barack Obama versus Ronald Reagan. Why is Wan blocking comments in his Insta? Didn't you ask me that this time? I don't know. What are people saying? What are people saying for him to block them? Because if people are going after Amber Heard, then that's not a surprise, is it? People are so butthurt. It's pathetic, right? He only lets certain people who he follows back. He only lets certain people comment. It's what Andy Machete does too, and I don't blame them, right? They don't blame. People just want to comment to get noticed, and at the end of the day, these people are busy. They can't be reading all the comments, right? So I don't understand what you're. And I mean, if you haven't commented anything bad, he's not going to block your comment, is he? Jeff Hill. 1. Snyder said no one's talking about Aquaman after it its release. 2. I don't remember Wan hopping on release the Snyder Cut wagon. 3. Momoa thanked Snyder and not Wan for his casting. Jeff, this is the problem with agendas, right? So I'm going to educate you now. I like you, no problem. I am going to educate you, right? Everybody and his mother knows that Zack Snyder cast Jason Momoa and not James Wan. So why would he thank James Wan? James Wan has allowed this actor to take part in the storytelling of this film. They have a great relationship. There's no issue there. You're creating an issue. And Zack Snyder very arrogantly said no one's talking about Aquaman. No, nobody's saying negative shit about Aquaman. Everyone's talking about what a great movie it is. More people talk about the Snyderverse and the Snyder Cut and Zack's stuff because many people hate what he did. And he likes that. That's fine. But all the stuff James gets about Aquaman is very, very, very complimentary. Scott Edwards, Stargirl Season 1 is on the level of the best Arrowverse seasons. I agree, Scott, absolutely. I'm so happy with that show. Jeff Hill, Wan turned Momoa into the superstar. He made Aquaman a $1 billion movie. He did, but he didn't cast him. So why would he thank him for casting him? Doesn't make sense, Jeff. Why? I don't get that. There isn't a problem there. He's always been very complimentary to James Wan. You're seeing problems where there's none now. But this is the problem with the internet. The internet gets bored. They think too much. Get excited about the movies. We have 5 upcoming DC movies. A slate will be announced at DC Fandom. John, I love James Cameron's Terminator 2. I think everyone does, John. It's one hell of a movie. I like the first one as well. The second one is awesome. I mean, I wouldn't say it's the best movie I've ever seen, but I certainly enjoyed it. It's a very good movie, and they've never been able to do anything like that again. No one's been able to do what Cameron did, not even Cameron when he got involved with the recent one. But I don't think there is an atmosphere, an audience, a big audience for Terminator anymore. But I would take him to streaming. I would take Terminator to streaming, and I would have a post-apocalyptic future between the humans, the resistance, and the machines, and I'd do a Walking Dead type of show. That's what I would do. That's all that's left to do with the Terminator, and it would work. Scott Edwards, the show delves into some really deep JSA lore. Love it. Can't wait to see it. I'm still only on episode 1. I've only just watched the first episode. Got to find time to watch more, and I will because I love it. I'm happy with that many Smallville alums are producing and directing the show, and I think Jeff Johns was right to bring them in. That's the beauty of Stargirl. She is connected to the JSA, so that's great. Good evening, everyone. There's 10 people here, 5 likes. If you're feeling generous, why don't you smash some likes? Have you seen the on-set pics, the on-location pics from the Flash movie? Very exciting. A poster of Wonder Woman on a bus. Wow. Barack Obama versus Ronald Reagan. Big Mouth, have you been following bits of Avatar 2? Those underwater motion capture tech and concept arts are fan-freaking-tastic. This is the thing with Avatar. This is what they did with the first film. They blinded us with technology, which is great. Like this time, I haven't seen it, by the way, but is the plot going to be good? Is the film going to be good? So what happens is you're blinded with the technology and not the film. Jeff Hill, you ever consider turning on super chats? I can't turn on super chats because I don't have enough followers, I don't think. I wouldn't even know how to do it. Scott Edwards, is the JSA in Smallville? Yes, in Absolute Justice. Some of them. A lot of them are dead, but some of them come back. Jeff Hill, Coke or Pepsi? Oh, I love Coke and Pepsi. I'm that kind of guy, you see. We do live in a generation of if or but I actually love both those drinks, which is a bit disappointing for someone asking that question. I have Coke in the evening and I have Pepsi after my lunch. Jeff Hill, how often you have spanked Copita? I don't know what you're talking about, Jeff. I'm sorry. I'm movies TV mad, Jeff. I like to talk about movies and TV, my friend. Scott Edwards, how does Lana react when she finally learns Clark's secret? I can't tell you that. She reacts very, very well. Jeff Hill, Grant Gustin or Ezra Miller? Both. It's the multiverse now, baby. They're both great actors. They're great flashes. If you put a gun to my head, I would say Grant. And that doesn't mean I like his show anymore, but Grant is the best casting for Flash. Definitely. Suzuki Geekster, I was 14 when Avatar came out and will be 27 or when or if it comes out in December 2022. It'll come out then, don't you worry. Jeff Hill, are you surprised Ezra Miller didn't get cancelled for choking a chick? I'll answer your question, Jeff. No, I'm not surprised because He didn't really do that. He was pretending, and it was an April Fool's joke. And both parties were in on it. Now, we all know that, and that's why he wasn't cancelled. And in fact, that's the reason only morons from the fandom menace were talking about it. Why would you be cancelled for an April Fool's joke? Scott Edwards, is Lana's story wrapped up well? Oh, yes. Very well. Unfortunately, you won't see her in season 10, no. She finishes up in season 8 in the few episodes she gets, and that's it. Christine, who played Lana, was bullied by the fans, unfortunately, because there was lots of shipper-heavy problems with the fans on Twitter. There were Chloe's fans and there were Klarna fans. Obviously, Klarna were Lana and Clark, and Chloe's was Lois and Clark. And the Chloe's fans were attacking her and bullying her. She had enough and she didn't want to come back again, which is a shame. I've always given her my support. I think she's tremendous. She's a really good actor. She was a great Lana, and she is the Lana. She is Lana. John, the Flash series has really gone downhill. Yeah, since season 2, I've lost interest. I think I stuck with it for the 4th season, maybe the 5th. I can't remember now. I feel sorry for the actors. I feel sorry for everyone, but you can't put out that type of stuff and get away with it. The audience are not that loyal. They're loyal to a point, but you can't take the piss out of people, can you? It's like Birds of Prey and Wonder Woman 84. You're taking the piss. So, Germany beat Portugal 4-2. Where are we? Right. Jeff Hill, did you know Viggo Mortensen was Snyder's first choice for Zod? I think he would have been amazing, maybe even better than Shannon. I didn't know that, Jeff. He wouldn't have been better than Shannon, not in my opinion, not a universal opinion. Shannon played one of the best villains ever. Viggo would have been great, but that Shannon, the casting of Shannon was perfect. He was amazing. And yes, Viggo would have been great, but Michael Shannon is the Don. No one would have done better than Michael Shannon, not in my book. John, I did like Zoom in the Flash series. Yeah, that was season 2. The first 2 seasons were great, weren't they? Scott Edwards, I would add White Canary, Black Canary, and Stargirl to your Multiverse Justice League. You're right. I think Stargirl will get a looking. I'm not sure about White Canary. White and Black Canary, to be honest with you, that's why they're not there. But I should have put Stargirl there for sure, because she will be involved. I'm sure of it. Suzuki Geeksaw, if Aquaman 2 and Avatar 2 comes out in the same day, then they will cannibalize each other's box office. Don't worry about it, Suzuki. You don't have shares in their companies, but both movies will do very well. Probably one of them will move within a few weeks of each other, but no one is being delayed for years or 12 months or anything like that. If that's a fantasy of yours, I'm afraid you're going to be let down. Scott Edwards, can you show me the Flash set photos? I can't show them to you, no. They're basically, Scott, they're all over. They're all over the internet. They're literally all over Twitter. And basically, most of them are quite boring. There's one interesting one of a poster of Wonder Woman on a bus. That's an interesting one. Is it Gal playing Wonder Woman in that universe? Is it Wonder Woman? Some great world building we didn't get in the previous iteration of the DCEU. So that's exciting. Suzuki Geeksaw, I hope Colin Trevorrow joins the DCEU. That would be all right with me. He's a very good director and writer and got some excellent ideas. Whoa, this is the end of the road, and I can't go on. This is natural. Suzuki Jigsaw, what about Michael Bay? Well, if Michael Bay was in charge of visuals, I would be very happy with him. Listen, I like Michael Bay's Transformers movies. I think he's a very good action director. I don't really have an issue with him. Well, apart from how he used Megan, but he's not a bad director. He's unfairly mocked, I'm afraid. He would make a pretty awesome superhero movie. I'm sure of it. The story would be shit, and all the women would be in bikinis. But apart from that, Michael Bay's all right. Then there was 6. Then there was 7. Right. We'll be wrapping up maybe in 5 or 10 minutes. So get those comments in. Sam Design Reviews, The Rock and Bad Boys. Suzuki Gigsaw, when will we see official flash set photos? You won't see any official ones, I don't think. They may show you something, but no, I don't think you're going to see any official set photos, my friend. What you're seeing from Andy Machete is what you're seeing, costume reveals. This is a really secretive film, Suzuki. Sam Design Reviews, The Rock is the best Michael Bay movie. Oh, right, yes, definitely. Bad Boys is great, but The Rock is the best. Yeah, that's a great movie, Sam, definitely. Sean Connery, Ed Harris, Nicolas Cage. Yeah, don't get better than that. Well directed. So how can anyone make fun of Michael Bay when he did a film like that? Get out of town, you cool kids, with all your modern movies trying to pretend they're better than the older stuff when they're not. Jeff Hill, you looking forward to Top Gun Maverick? I'm definitely interested in seeing it. I'm not hyped for the movie. Who asked for a sequel? I don't get it. Why we need a sequel? Pretty pointless. It's not a film anyone's interested, really. People will see. I don't know how well it will do. It's interesting. So I'm curious more than excited or looking forward to it. I mean, Jesus Christ, talk about sucking people dry. Top Gun Maverick. Just in case we didn't know he's in the movie. Another movie where Cruise is going to be doing loads of stunts and acting like, hey, I'm brave, I'm doing loads of stunts. I love Tom Cruise, he's a legend, but he's gone stunt insane. It's an addiction. He's lost it. Look at me, I'm Tom Cruise, I'm on top of a building, ain't I cool? John, do you think the Batman Forever cut will be released? Yes, I'm 100% sure on that. Sooner rather than later as well. It's something that Warner Brothers can do. It's something they can do with no controversy. They will do it. Jeff Hill, what would you do with Bond after Craig era if you were in charge? Well, I would do what I would have done when Craig came in. I would create a young James Bond series, setting up a brand new origin where James Bond's parents are murdered in front of him and he's on the run. And while he's on the run, he's looking for his parents' murderers while they're also chasing him. And he'll be in a different place every week. Then we would do the Bond movies. We would cast a similar looking older actor as the younger actor. We would have that arc as well. It would be a kind of continuation of the James Bond series they would be playing. Obviously, that show would just carry on. And then James Bond would start being James Bond. And basically, he would have the backstory of his parents being murdered. I would make it more of a continuation. I would have story arcs in it. I would make it more interesting. I would go back to James Bond being James Bond. Basically, I'm not going to say anything about No Time to Die. I'm not going to say anything or give away anything about that film. But James Bond needs to think again. But in this era of the alt-left and the extremists, the extremists have been after Bond for years. So I would definitely have a young James Bond series, very interesting. The backstory would be his parents have been murdered, and that would be an arc and a saga that would continue through the movies. I would create a string of supporting characters that were his friends as a young man as well. Jeff Hill, who would you cast? I wouldn't cast a superstar for James Bond. I love casting unknowns. I would look high and wide for the perfect person to play Bond, even if he's an unknown actor. Jeff Hill, wait, you've seen No Time to Die. I have, Jeff. I have seen that film. It's not something I can discuss a great deal, but I have seen it. This is what happens, you see, when nefarious people like me are about, and when you were about to release something that didn't get released, sometimes things slip through the... It's up to you. Can I prove it? I don't need to prove it, my friend. I don't need to prove anything. It's a bit childish, isn't it, Jeff? John, looks like they are doing the Jason Todd Red Hood story in the Titan Season 3. Listen, Jeff, if you don't believe me, you don't have to believe me. But what's funny about you people, you'll start coming to me and saying, Grace Randolph said this or this person said that. You don't ask them to prove anything, do you? Because I'm a small platform, he must be lying. He doesn't know this, he doesn't do that. I think if you look at my history, Jeff, on this channel, most of the stuff I say comes true. And there's a reason for that. Not everything, but a lot of the stuff I say comes true. Jeff Hill, Grace and Campion stuff never said they saw these big movies before they were released. No, but they say other stuff, don't they? And do you remember the Willie in the Diamond? Where was the Willie in the Diamond? Do you remember the Willie in the Diamond? Do you remember Flashpoint in Wonder Woman? What happened to that? How are you going to defend them like that, eh? What about that? Tell me about that, Jeff. Tell me. What happened to the Willie in the Diamond, my friend? What happened to Flashpoint Wonder Woman, hey? Jeff Hill, no offense, dude. But you've proved my point for me. Because they've got a big following, you'll believe the bullshit they spout. It's interesting. And while you do that, and there's no offense, but the thing is, while you make these people richer and richer, these liars, these people who just say anything to get views, then the little YouTubers suffer because the rich get richer. It's a bit like the real world, really, isn't it? Grace Randolph said this. John Campion said this. It must be true. But we're still waiting for Flashpoint Wonder Woman in 1984. Where's the Willie in the Diamond? I'm still waiting for the Willie in the Diamond. I'm sure it'll show up eventually. Because Grace Randolph has probably got nearly 1 million subscribers, so she must be telling the truth, right? She had an argument. She had an argument with the director of Birds of Prey because of that very issue. The Birds of Prey director embarrassed her. Jeff Hill, so you have a connection at WB. If I said yes to that, Jeff, you know what you're going to say? Prove it. I can't prove it, so I'm not going to confirm or deny any statements along those lines. All you need to know is I spent 6 months in Hollywood, but I'm not a bragger. I don't talk about the people that I know, the friends I've got, or the women that I've slept with. I don't name drop or anything like that. But yes, obviously information comes to me, and when it does, I feed it through to you guys because that's the whole point of being on this platform. I mean, Grace Randolph is a failed Z-list actress who claims... Can you tell us about your 6 months in Hollywood? Genuinely curious. Yeah, I went to LA to spend 6 months and try and make it as a successful writer, actor, and director. Obviously, not everyone who goes there becomes successful. I didn't become successful, but I did have a good time. I went to a lot of parties. I met a lot of interesting people. As I say, I don't name drop. I actually lived with a couple from Hollywood, a quite well-known couple in Hollywood. I'm not going to mention their names again. But yeah, it was a good time for 6 months. And then I decided to come back because it was a good party. But when the party's over, you got to leave. It was obvious I wasn't going to make it out there. Obviously, I saw some things I didn't like out there. It is a very corrupt place. And I thought, you know what? It's time to leave. The adventure's over. But the memories, The connections I made, the friends I made, are still my friends today, and that's great. But you don't just be friends with people because they're famous. And once you start bragging about being friends with famous people, or when you start leaking things to the press about their private lives, that means you're a shit human being, and that's something I will never do. There's lots of people out there who want to be friends with people because they're famous, not because of them. That's kind of sad. So famous people can't trust people. Jeff Hill, did you meet any celeb who was a complete jackass? Yeah, a few. I met just as many who were jackasses who were nice. John, you are my favourite YouTuber for DC News. Thank you, John. I appreciate it. That's very nice. Thank you. It's nice that one person appreciates me, right? 5 likes. That's not appreciation, is it? 5 likes. In a few more minutes, we'll be wrapping up, so get your comments in before I have to go. It's been a long day. We've been on air for over 1 hour and 6 minutes. It's been a bit of a quiet stream today, actually. Thank you for the people who have commented and come in. I obviously appreciate that and your support and your loyalty, which is great. Keep on coming in. I'll always keep you updated with what's going on. You basically know everything that's going on within the DCEU right now. So that's all you need to know. There's nothing going on right now in the DCEU. You know that there's been some on-set pics for the Flash movie. The most important one is the Wonder Woman poster on the bus. We've also spoken earlier on, when there's barely anyone on the chat, how is Supergirl from the future? Is she Lois and Clark's daughter? Is she Kara Zor-El? She's definitely not Kara Zor-El. That's a fact. So she's another version. I think she is Clark's and Lois's daughter. I think she's from the future. I think Clark and Lois are dead in the future. I think she goes back to the past with Barry to try and stop them from dying in the past, and that's going to be her story, her arc, and her backstory. And I think that will make her even more interesting than she's going to be. I think in the future, I think she's a street girl. She's homeless on the streets of London, or wherever Barry finds her in the future. Very interesting. You're David 19th. I don't think so. You don't think so? What, Dave? What don't you think, Dave, before I have to go? How weird, Dave, just putting random things down without explaining yourself. I'm not a mind reader. I'm going to give you another 5 minutes. No, Dave, sorry to disappoint you. Laura Lane Kent is not a one and done character at all. Do you know how many young women they auditioned for that role? You've seen the costume design, very similar to Henry Cavill's costume in the material. She is so she's obviously got some kind of connection to Henry's Supergirl, which is very exciting. She's Supergirl. She's connected to Earth One somehow, even if she's in the future. So it's very exciting. Sasha's a great actress. She's a great soap actress. She's done really well. Brandon Routh started off in soaps as well. So it's very exciting for me. I'm in total support of her character. I don't have any loyalties to any directors. My loyalties are to DC and democracy. Only the Sith deals in absolutes. It's funny how triggered people get from certain agendas when they saw Supergirl's costume. John, the Batman is Earth 2, right? Yep. Earth 2 is Matt Reeves' Earth. He's developing other characters in that universe. It's a very exciting future for DC, and especially with Matt having a whole Earth to develop like his own clay. And I'm very excited about that, John. Very. Once we start seeing these films, that's when it gets exciting. And, you know, this has been Walter Hamada's planning. It's been in his planning since 2018. So he has got a plan. I'm sorry to the agenda artists who believe there is no plan. There is a big plan. You're intimidated by that plan. And that's why you keep on trying to slag the plan off and say there's no plan. Dave D, 1988, Ethan. We'll see what happens. We will. Jeff Hill, you're looking forward to Batman or Flash more? Oh, both. Oh, both, Jeff. I mean, come on. You really are from the either or generation, aren't you? But no, I couldn't separate. I mean, listen, Flash is very important because it changes everything from this franchise we've been watching since Man of Steel. But the Batman is a huge film from, you know, an iconic writer-director. You know, this is a genius. Anyone who's seen his Planet of the Apes 2 and 3 will confirm that to you. This is very exciting. And Matt Reeves and what's his name? Robert Pattinson, that's it, are here to stay, no matter what lies are spread about them. The internet thinks it's a bit more powerful than it is. Amber Heard's going nowhere. Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson are going nowhere. Jeff Hill, loved Planet of the Apes 2 and 3, was a little disappointing. 3 was interesting. It was a bit different. John, can the Batman cross over to the DCEU? Yes, he can. Yes, and he will. Absolutely. This is the multiverse strategy, John. So anyone after Flashpoint will be able to cross over. That's for sure. There are big plans. That's why I've already predicted a multiverse Justice League, because this is where they're going to. This is huge. This is ambitious. This is exciting. And everyone better hold on for their very lives, because anyone who wants this to fail is going to be very, very disappointed. It's all about DC being successful for me. No loyalties to any creatives, any actors. My loyalties are to these DC characters who deserve the best display and representation possible. They need to be at their very best, and they need to appeal to a broader audience, because everyone deserves to be, you know, represented in the DC universe, not just one set of people. That's wrong, in my opinion. And the studio understands that. It's good business to appeal to a broader audience. It's bad business just to appeal to a smaller fan base. It's simple, really, isn't it? There are so many DC fans not being represented out there, what they want to see. That isn't right. Oh, yeah. Did you see what David F. Sandberg put up? It was like a great comeback to Zack Snyder's Canon thing with the Cat Gate thing. It's so funny, so funny. Where is it? Before I go, I'm going to have to just talk about this. Must be on my screenshots. Where are we? Screenshots. Oh, yeah, right. So David Sandberg, in response to what Zack Snyder said, he come back with this. So Zack Snyder said Canon. So David F. Sandberg put a picture of Shazam holding a camera, and David F. Sandberg said, did I say David F. Shazam? Whatever I said. Anyway, David F. Sandberg put this up, pretty much saying Nikon. Snyder said Canon, so he said Nikon. Pretty funny. It was a great comeback from the active directors from DC Films right now. If you're going to put things up, you're going to get responses. That's the thing. Spain versus Poland. How exciting is that going to be? Jeff Hill, Snyder is the edgy 13-year-old boy. Sandberg is the friend who wants attention too. David F. Sandberg, Jeff Hill, both are lame as fuck. No, they're not. No, they're not at all, Jeff. You're wrong. David F. Sandberg is a great director. He started off as a YouTuber, editing, doing special effects, doing tutorials. He's a very talented man. He's come from nowhere, and I'm proud that he's part of the DCEU. Zack Snyder is a very talented director. He gave us 3 great movies, but his time is over in the DCEU. And really, that's the end of the story, really. They're 2 people who have been successful because they got off their asses, out of their rooms, and they did so with their lives. And I totally respect both of them. Everybody loves attention, Jeff. Everyone loves attention, mate. Everyone who's got an internet account wants attention. Jeff, I agree. Sandberg is great. But these directors who are on Twitter all day are kind of pathetic. I much more respect a director like Reeves who lets his work speak. I agree with you. Reeves is brilliant, a very private individual. I respect all these actors who are more private than directors. But also, David F. Sandberg isn't on the internet all day because he's directing a movie. He's very rarely on there. He's just to tease stuff and make the odd joke. He's fine. And Zack Snyder is really more on Vero than that. At the end of the day, listen, people can do what they want, can't they? They want to be on Twitter. We're on Twitter. Why shouldn't they be on Twitter, right? We're all attention seekers. There's no bigger attention seeker than this geezer you're looking at right now. John, do you think we will hear about the Batgirl and Zatanna movies at DC Fandom? 200% certain of that, John. These are things that you may hear a lot about before then, because they could turn up in Flashpoint as well. Listen, this is all very exciting. There's no question about that. I've never been so excited for DC. Never. This is such an ambitious strategy. Really is. And if it works out, Walter Hamada and Andy Muschietti will have the freedom of the DCEU and Warner Brothers. Because Warner Brothers really need this strategy to work. Right, everyone. It's nearly 10 to 10 in the evening. Not only do I have a career that keeps me very busy, I also care for my disabled father. And he needs putting to bed in a minute, so I'm going to have to say goodbye. Thank you for a great stream. Great comments. It's been absolutely fantastic. I'll be back tomorrow morning, hopefully, or maybe tomorrow afternoon, with the Movies TV Mad Daily Live with your entertainment updates. And this time tomorrow, I'll be back with Movies TV Mad Live, responding to your comments, reacting to any gossip. You will always, always be kept up to date. If I miss anything that you know about and I don't, remind me, let me know. I'm on Twitter at Movies TV Mad all day. You can tag me. I'm on TikTok and Instagram at Movies TV Mad 555. You can tag me on there and tell me any information that you've heard that maybe I've missed, maybe I've been asleep, maybe I've been busy doing other things. So I'm always here for the people that matter, and that's you. This stream wouldn't work. All the streams wouldn't work without you talking and asking me questions. Jeff Hill, thanks, Mick. You're welcome, Jeff. Jeff Hill, great stream. Thank you, Jeff, very much. I've really enjoyed it. I always enjoy it. You're a great bunch of people. I appreciate you all, and I'm being absolutely fucking genuine there. You're great. You're not abusive. You're respectful. You're passionate fans, and these are the kind of people I want to interact with. John, see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, John. So back tomorrow with the Movies TV Mad Daily Live. Don't know when, morning or afternoon, because we've got some kind of event tomorrow. So I may not do it in the morning, but I will do it eventually. Until then, goodbye. Follow me on my other socials, and we will be kept up to date. You will be kept up to date. I will be kept up to date by somebody else. And anything could break at any time about this multiverse strategy and the new DC live action universe and everything else in entertainment. I feed off this stuff. I love this stuff. Movies, TV, storytelling is my life. I love it. I love you. I love me. And I'll see you later. Until tomorrow, goodbye. Whatever you do, make sure you don't get caught. See you later.